New York City here on the great Sirius XM 82 as we talked about what's going on as far as the world of sports is concerned. 888 Mad Dog 6 is your two-way sports talk telephone number as we chat to you about what's going on with Eddie Erickson and Billy Zimmerman and, of course, Colin Schmeling as we take you home here on this Wednesday with a lots to do. We'll do a little hockey later, Game 7. Look forward to that. We'll do a little baseball later here this afternoon as well. We got the draft. We'll spend a lot of time, of course, on what to expect as far as the draft picks are concerned. That a little bit later on as we discuss with what is happening down the road, and away we go. Let's start the afternoon here with the Sixers, who got off to an excellent start in this postseason with, just tough enough to be tested, but not in a scenario where they had to be tested too much, where they had to play a lengthy series and got tight in Game 7 in the fourth quarter. So it was a perfect start to this Philadelphia team that in a lot of ways might be the team in the Eastern Conference for a long period of time here down the road, depending on what LeBron might end up doing. Yesterday they beat Miami. They won 2 close games in Miami in the last week in the games 3 and 4 to take the strengthening their opportunities to win this first round, getting up 3-1 with Game 3 and then Game 4. They lost Game 2. They recovered nicely from that. They got Embiid back, who's an excellent player, which is you like to see. I mean, this Sixer team right now that without Embiid, got too many role players. With Embiid, has just enough role players. This is a very, very dangerous team as the Eastern Conference now gets in full swing here for round number 2. They're effective. They have enough offense because a guy like Redick can get hot. Saric can get hot anytime. Covington makes lots of threes. He can make a few once in a while. Isova, the other Bellini, the guy they got from Atlanta, can make some plays. The other kid they made from Atlanta can make some shots. They have enough role players that if 2 or out of the 4 or 5 can make enough shots, they have an opportunity. Embiid sitting there, you know how good he is. He does a bit of everything. He can block shots. He plays good defense. He can shoot threes. He cares. He's passionate. And then they got Simmons running the team. And although he can't make a shot, Simmons can do everything else. They have a coach who's got a little San Antonio Spur deal in his blood, who's been there a long time with all the losing. I mean, the tanking 76ers who did not go about it the proper way as far as I'm concerned. They lost games on purpose. This is a franchise that won 10 games one year. You can make an argument that baseball gets killed left and right for the Astros and for the Cubs and teams like that who lost on purpose to get draft picks. The draft picks that you get in baseball are no sure things. The draft picks, the lottery picks, the first-round picks that you get in the NBA can very well be sure things. Obviously, Simmons was the first pick. Fultz down the road going to help. First pick. Embiid was in there. I'm not sure what number Embiid was. I don't think he was the first pick taken, but he was obviously a very early first-round pick when they took him a couple of years ago. They did not play people when they could have with injury. Embiid never played for a long time. He'd have a third pick for Embiid. I mean, he'd have a toe sprain, he'd be out 6 months. Last year they took it very easy with Simmons. They realized, what's the point of trying to win extra games? We'll lose on purpose, and this is an issue that the NBA has to deal with. It doesn't look good, but Sam Hinkle went about this scenario, realized that you're not going to get better until you really bottom out. They bottomed out. We all know that if you get lottery picks and somehow you win a lottery a couple of different times, which they did, that you're going to get that transcendent player, the guy that can change the fortunes of your franchise. They got a couple of those, or at least one of them in Simmons. Embiid, of course, third pick. I don't know if that year they were supposed to pick third or they moved up from where they would have been normally with the lottery. I'd have to go back and look at that. But in essence, they were able to be awful for a period of time, sacrificed probably, 7, 8 wins a year where they really could have pushed the envelope and win 7 or 8, 9 more ball games. There's no way they only could have won 10. I mean, they could have won 20 that year with their eyes closed if they really wanted to, but they didn't want to. And the NBA has got to deal with that. Teams losing on purpose. Teams did do that. The NBA has tried to crack down on that recently. They know it's a very bad look. They made the Bulls play people this year. They changed the schedule so LeBron have a better chance to play 82 games. This is all in the result of Philadelphia. But right now, nobody cares about the Sixers down on Broad Street, about the Sixers having won a couple of games 4 years ago. Because right now, this team is as dangerous as any team is in the Eastern Conference. I mean, Simmons is a tremendous tremendous talent. He can't shoot, but he's 6'10", running a team. I mean, that's all you want to know. He goes to the basket superbly. He can dominate a game by scoring 4 or 5 points. I mean, that is what you want more than anything else. You want a player who can dominate a ball game without having to score a lot. Magic Johnson could do that. Simmons can do that. And that's a major factor. And without Embiid in there, they will struggle and they will have a lot of trouble putting the ball in the basket, because I don't know if they have another one of those double team type of guys that can help you get through a ball game. But with Embiid in there now, where they got to defenses have to concentrate on him. They can't allow him to dominate these games. He can rebound. He gets the offensive glass. He does all those things that you like, and he's got energy. He's got a lot of energy. They feed off that. And now that allows the Sovas, the Bellininis, the Covingtons, the Sarchises, people like that, it allows them to find their role that particular night, and they can score their 16, 18 points. And you throw that in with, the triple-double that Simmons gives you. You throw that in with the 2010 that Embiid gives you. And next thing you know, you are where you are. Plus, you look at the Eastern Conference right now, as we have discussed. This is a rough spot now in this East. Boston's banged up. They're missing a lot of big players. Obviously, no Kyrie, no Gordon Hayward. I mean, they're going to work hard. They probably will beat Milwaukee because Brown's great. Rozier's effective. Al Horford's a great pro. He's not a great player, but he's a great pro. You all know how good, Brown's Tatum. I mean, they got a lot of good players on this team, and they got a great coach. They've figured out a way, who made a great move last night by going smaller to go up against the Greek, and that worked out. He only scored 16 points. They beat Milwaukee in this series. They beat Milwaukee, and they have some experience, and they will have home court. But you'd have to say Philadelphia can beat the Celtics in a 7-game series. And with what we've seen with Cleveland and Indiana right now, you certainly would have to think that Philadelphia could beat them in a conference final. I liked it 10 days ago. I couldn't play it because I couldn't find it anywhere. The 76ers were 10-1 to win the conference. 10-1, and I wanted to play that in the worst way, and I could not find a place to play it. Unless I went to Vegas, which I wasn't going to do. We're not into it. So from that standpoint, that was a great play, because I think Philadelphia right now has an excellent chance to play the Warriors or Rockets in the NBA final. Now, they will lose. They won't win, but the experience that they will gain from that will go a long way down the road, because Simmons and Embiid, with the cast of characters they have around them, maybe Fultz is going to be very, very good. We haven't seen enough of him yet to know. But this team, with those two guys, if healthy, anchoring in the Northeast, they're going to win some championships. That's the best way to say it. Championships. 11 after the hour, we continue. Mad Dog Unleashed.